Hey, Jim Whalen here, the armed cyclist. Just wanted to let you know I really enjoyed meeting all of you in town today, those that came up and said hi. As I said in the last video, there was there's lots of people that just come up and just started talking to me about this Corporal Otis you guys have in your town there. And it's like, at the risk of repeating myself, but I will, y'all need to show up at the town meeting. Y'all got a decrepit old mayor. Apparently he's part of an old boys club. Old boys club isn't good for anybody. Someone was telling me that your town's run by basically two families. And if somebody doesn't like something, they get it shut down. Whatever the case is. There's a business that somebody didn't like how they had it look. Some sort of business that someone was saying that whoever it was didn't like the looks of it and they had it shut down. It's like, give me a break. Y'all out in the countryside and y'all small town. And I'm not one for old boys networks and never have been and never will be. I'm an immigrant from Canada. Came to America with nothing. I worked my way up. I got a payroll now with employees. I got a lot of responsibilities. But you all need to show up at that town meeting. You'll get that Corporal Otis fired. Every single one of you that's been harassed by that nincompoop, you all need to say your piece and say it quickly. Get that idiot fired before he retires in 6 months. That's what the word is. I've had regular lawmen come up to me and say what a nincompoop this guy is. He's a dirty cop. I'll repeat to you the backstory of how I experienced this nincompoop. If you check out my biker's blog, you'll see that I'm a legit cyclist. Whalen Adventures in Cycling.com. That's WHELAN cycling. Whalen Adventures in Biking.com. That's what it is. I'll put it in the description below. I think I'm getting old and senile if you ask me. I'm 58. But anyway, I was riding my bicycle from South Dakota to West Palm, 1,992 miles. Took me 6 weeks. And I got all these blinking red lights on my bicycle. It saved my life more than once. I pedaled through, starting in South Dakota, I pedaled through Iowa. I pedaled through, before that, I pedaled through, Iowa, after South Dakota, and then Missouri. And then Arkansas, and then a little bit of Memphis and Tennessee there, and Alabama. Then I come down through Cottondale from Alabama to West Palm. It took me 6 weeks of that journey. I met all kinds of cool people. Y'all got a great country. We all got a great country. America is a great country. I'll go on about that in a minute. But so anyway, I pedaled through Cottondale. And your crazy cop. Love the comments in my other videos too, by the way. Otis. Maybe you should go work for the elevator company. doesn't like blinking red lights on a bicycle. He tells me they're illegal. I tell the dingbat to go check the law. I said I was very respectful to him. I tried telling them they changed the law in 2012, which they did. And he said, no, the only thing they changed was for ADA vehicles to allow blinking red lights on vehicles in 2018. Apparently, know-it-all Otis was too ridiculous to go even look up the statute. Even after I gave him the statute number, eventually I found it on my phone. My phone was too wet, I couldn't find it earlier. 316-2397 7C. I think that's the correct statute number. Although it's for blinking red lights on a bicycle. And he gave me a ticket for it. He tried telling me they're illegal. Well, screw him. So I phoned up. The long and short of it is, after I got the ticket and I finally ID'd myself, I refused 3 times, but under the threat of going to jail, the idiot had 2 sheriff deputies show up. I thought they were going to take me to jail. I probably should have, except I had my bicycle with me. And I didn't want anything to happen to that, so under the threat of going to jail, I produced my ID to him. This is all on video. If you do a Freedom of Information request, Officer Otis and Jim Whalen, or James Whalen from West Palm Beach, you all can see you can all see the video for yourself. Just file a Freedom of Information request and you'll find it. And if you don't know what a Freedom of Information request is, just leave your comments in the comments section below and I'll tell you. And the video shows me finally IDing myself. And then you can hear him talking to the deputies about whatever he's going on about. So anyway, I carry on to Marianna, Florida, about 7-10 miles away, whatever the distance is. I wake up the next morning after a stay at the Fairfield Inn, phone up the courthouse, tell them what's going on, and those idiots, those people couldn't believe what happened. I shouldn't call them idiots because they were nice. I was thinking of the officer. That's why I said that. So my apologies to y'all in the courthouse. Those people in the courthouse were saying what a creep Officer Otis is, basically. And I quoted the statute number, and the lady was kind enough to get it dismissed. I didn't even have to take my ticket to court. So, y'all watching this video and you get a ticket, just call up the hearing officer. That's what I did. I told her what happened. As soon as she got the officer's copy, she dismissed it. I quoted her the statute number. So I didn't even have to get a court date. Apparently in one of my videos too, the Armed Cyclist video, me dressed up in my Armed Cyclist bicycle jersey, there's someone that said more or less along the same lines too, that you could just do that. So if you get a ticket by this nincompoop, phone up the hearing officer, tell them what's going on, and by and large you'll probably get your ticket dismissed. And I had one of the ladies that come up to me today. She says, I took Officer Otis to traffic court. And I love her story. And she said the court was packed with people that Officer Otis had pulled over. And I'll just repeat some of the other stuff that I heard from some of the other people. But one other thing is, this lady said to me, everybody in the court was people that were pulled over by Officer Otis. And then I had a high school, 20-something-year-old guy, working man, come up to me. I had a lot of people just stop and come and talk to me. It was amazing. They just parked their pickups or cars, what have you, and they just came up and shook my hand, thanked me for what I was doing. Some people were afraid to get on video because of the small town, because they're afraid of repercussions from this nincompoop. The young gentleman said that the students there at the local high school used to see Officer Otis just waiting for them outside the high school. And they used to have a contest to see who would pull over first. He said, Officer Otis gave me 13 tickets, almost quoting word for word. I don't know over what period of time that was, but it seems a little excessive. And I had people come up to me and say, another gentleman came up to me and said, Officer Otis yelled at my wife. Why would an officer yell at somebody's wife? And then I had one of Officer Otis's neighbors, of all people, come up to me, tell me what a prick this guy is. Amazing stories. Just amazing. And then y'all got to get rid of that guy. Y'all got to get him fired so he doesn't get his pension. Because he's going to retire in 6 months. That's what the word is. And as I may have said in the other video, I was sort of tired at the time. I'm tired now, so sorry for the rambling. But I've had other lawmen come up to me and basically say, there's a right way and a wrong way to enforce the law. And they're basically saying, Otis does it the wrong way. But I have the mayor, your decrepit old mayor. Y'all need to vote that nincompoop out of office. I just don't know why you don't. Does he run unopposed or something? I'm on video, and the only thing I like about that guy is he's a preacher. That's one thing I like about that guy. So, otherwise, you need to get rid of that mayor. He's old and decrepit and shouldn't be mayor. You need to vote him out of office, and you need to vote him out in the next election. And the other thing I agree on with him is that Joe Biden is a total nincompoop. But I have the mayor on video basically supporting what Otis is doing. So if I get that good, if I get that on video, if it's loud enough, if it's good enough, I'll put it on YouTube for y'all to see. Then I got the chief of police coming out to me after I held up my sign in front of the police station. your decrepit old police station that you have in that town. You all need a better police station. Just like you need to get rid of that decrepit Otis. He came up to me and he didn't say it. He didn't use the words "I apologize," but he more or less did. And I actually liked it. I actually liked the chief of police. He's been a lawman for 31 years. And he sees no wrong in what Otis is doing from the standpoint of doing his job. But he did come out and talk to me. I give him kudos, and I also give the mayor kudos for that too. But y'all need to get rid of your old boys club in that town there. 'Cause there's only so many of me that go around holding up signs. And if you Google Jim Whalen, JIMWHELAN, West Palm Beach, you'll see some of my other sign holding activities. First time I ever did it against the lawmen. I love what the police do. Don't get me wrong. But I love it when they do it right, and I love it when they respect the law, and I love it when they respect Americans. I love it when they respect the citizens, the people that pay them. You all need to go out and understand what the U.S. Constitution allows you to do. Practice your First Amendment right. A lot of people told me that I'm the first guy that ever basically had the guts to go hold up a sign against this nincompoop. And people come up to me and say, oh, they've been sharing my video on my armed cyclist video on YouTube. Oh, that's pretty cool. I got another video. If you check out Key Biscayne Police Department, armed cyclist leaves dirty cop speechless. You'll see that one too on YouTube. It's in the link on one of my channels. It's in the link on my channel. It's got just under 2 million views. But the sad thing is when this officer Otis stopped me, just going back to that for a minute, I said, can you please look up the statute? And the nincompoop refused. I've had several people tell me that, oh, Otis is always right. Well, Otis, you're wrong, and you're a complete idiot. And yes, I'm looking at you, Otis. The only thing you're good for is pushing buttons on an elevator. Otis, you need to go. You need to retire now. Otis, you need to get another job. Otis, you're a dope. Otis, you're a nincompoop. Otis, you're a jerk. Otis, you're a dumbass. Otis, Officer Otis, you're a creep. What do you have to say about that, eh, Otis? And I'll be back in town. And I'll be back holding up my sign until you're gone from the force. And I encourage people to rise up legally. And I say legally. Get this idiot fired. Show up at the town hall. Say your piece. Get it on TV. Do what you need to do. The only reason they keep a notice around is because the mayor likes the money that this guy writes. for tickets. Old Boys Network, you need to disappear. Okay, Old Boys Network, I don't care who the hell you are. I'm an American. This is my country. I'm a tax-paying American. I'm a citizen of America. I make money. I employ people. Otis, you need to start being kinder to people. You need to make a public statement and apologize to the people that you've harassed over the years. And you need to start with me. So long, everybody. Jim Whalen signing off for now.